viewers, greetings and welcome to this episode of Leadership Matters, a video series highlighting the stories and experiences of global leaders and providing leadership advice. The series is hosted by Avinash Ananda, a recognized leadership advisor, happiness strategist, and a motivational keynote speaker. Over the course of more than 30 years, Avinash has personally mentored more than 1,000 leaders and trainers and trained more than 1 million individuals from all walks of life in 30 countries. Our special guest for today's episode is Ali Safri, Chief Technology Officer at Avanza Innovations. Ali is a driven technologist with over 21 years of experience in the industry. He specializes in integrating cutting edge technologies like blockchain, artificial intelligence, and metaverse in the proper way to get the most out of technology investments. Ali is based in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, and is the chief architect behind some of the most significant and productive production grade, private, and permissioned blockchain ecosystems in the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, and wider Middle East across various verticals. Ali is a well renowned international speaker, a thought leader, and speaks on topics around enterprise grade blockchains and enterprise metaverse.
Welcome, viewers, to yet another episode of Leadership Matters. And this time, the leader who matters and who's featured in our episode is Ali Safri. Safri, have I got your last name right, Ali?
Yes, that's correct.
Excellent. Ali is in Dubai. I am in Mumbai. Ali is my brother in terms of the hair that we have. I was just asking him, what is the secret to your youth? You look like a very, very young man. And then I checked his age and I found out that he's not as young as he looks. So you have teenage child. Is that correct? A daughter.
Yes.
Yeah,
17 years old daughter.
Yeah, and you look like you're really young too. So what is it that keeps you so young, Ali? We'll come to the technology and the rest of it later. Right now, we're understanding the technology of his mind.
Okay, so I always try to keep myself and giving myself new and new challenges so that I always remain energetic. So in terms of fitness, in terms of learning, in terms of delivering or making, trying to achieve things which I think are difficult goal to achieve. So I just keep myself or push myself into those things. So that always keeps me energetic.
I think you are fantastic, Ali. Viewers, you just heard his impressive profile, and he keeps pushing himself to new challenges. Ali, this is like what Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, the positive psychologist, he calls this flow. It's like if you have x axis and y axis, and you have ability and challenge. The higher the challenge, the more you push yourself to grow your ability, and the more you are in flow. The more the challenge, the less the ability, the more stress there is.
Yeah.
So, and even if you are reaching higher levels, you won an award recently. Another award you won, which is the Power Award in Technology. Congratulations! Could you tell us a little bit about that? Because you're constantly taking new challenges and increasing your ability, remaining in flow, which shows in the glow in your face. But please tell us about your award.
I'm working in the area because I want to take new challenges. So in the technology space, whatever is the emerging technologies, that's what I have pursued as part of my career as well. The things that are upcoming, because those particular things have a lot of areas of innovation because nobody knows, right? It is like the newer technologies, blockchain, AI, metaverses. So the world is still struggling across that how to deliver value based on that. So you would be that particular thought leadership based on which you deliver those things. So I think that was the recognition behind this from.
Congratulations! Congratulations!
Thank you.
Mashallah. Tell us, please, a little bit about blockchain, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, metaverse, anything else that is out there. Could you simplify it for us? And what's the common thread behind this? And if technology is an enabler, what is it that all these things are enabling?
Okay, so we have a lot of technology. Every day we WhatsApp, we communicate with each other. There are e-services now available for interacting. You have mobile applications for the banking. So all of these things could be done across. But one thing that still remains in this particular world, that if I go to a supermarket and buy something, they give you a receipt. Why they give you a receipt? They
Mm.
give you a receipt because in case of a dispute, you have your evidence and they also keep their evidence. So
Mm.
everybody keeps their evidence with them.
Mm.
Similarly, if you do a property buyout, then everybody gets their paper. Why they give those particular papers? Because you have a
Proof.
kind of proof. Now, why all those things cannot be automated? People can put the data onto the cloud or into some data center, but the real reason why that cannot be done is because it is in the custody of someone, right?
Mm.
And
Mm.
that person can play bad as well, that
Mm.
they might just go and delete the record, right?
Mm. Mm.
So all this technology is not tamper proof.
Mm.
Blockchain gives us promises that, okay, even if you automate everything, that would be tamper proof. That even those person who are maintaining the data, they cannot manipulate that particular data. So
Mm.
it is the next layer in terms of data storage or in terms of trust that would underlie all the technologies that we see today. So this is an emerging area, and I think somewhere in the next 10-20 years, it would be everywhere. It would not be visible,
Mm.
but it would provide that ultimate trust. So that's about blockchain.
Mm.
If we go to the other area called artificial intelligence, then
Mm.
maybe you have heard about ChatGPT, which has created
Mm.
a lot of wave these days, right? So AI has been a discipline for a much longer amount of time, and the good thing about is that as the human learns, these models can take the data and learn based on that. And now you have generative AI available as well. You tell
Mm.
it that, okay, record a video session between two guys and ask certain technology questions. So maybe it will generate you, it will generate me, and it will generate all the questions as well, right? So
Right.
a
Will it be able to one day do the interview without us?
yes, that's
Good, good.
exactly the idea. So it is evolving in that particular direction. So whatever human creativity has done at this point in now time, so it can take it across much faster and create realities by itself, right? So that's the promise that the AI is giving to the people. So a lot of models in which work happens or people do their living, it's going to change. The third thing you ask about is about the metaverse. So even right now, what is happening, you are taking my interview and I am seeing a flat representation of you, right? So it's a kind of
Did
a
you say
2D
fat or flat?
flat.
Okay,
So it
good,
is
good.
a 2D kind of a
Yeah,
thing, right? I can
this
see
is
a
a joke.
picture
Yeah,
of you.
yeah.
But imagine what can happen across is that I can see you just sitting into your chair and I
Right.
can feel you in 3D,
Uh-huh.
right? And I can interact with you. So that's much more natural interaction compared to these alternatives right now that we have found across. It is just like the same thing. Like right now, if we see across all those mobile devices from Nokia and the
Mm.
newer smartphone, we see how you used to communicate. It was so basic, and with smartphone, it is so advanced. So
Mm-hmm.
what I think is all these communication that we are doing now, if metaverse, this particular area matures across, it would be much more natural
Mm-hmm.
that way we will communicate. There won't be any distances that would be left across.
Mm-hmm.
We would go into a
Brilliant.
space and see
Brilliant.
across what is the possibility.
Mm.
I can live into some place, but I just want to transform into a kind of island,
Mm.
right? I can go into the metaverse, into the island. You can also come into that particular island and
Mm.
we can communicate over there, right?
Mm.
So space is also not an issue. You can
Sure.
create as virtual spaces that are
Brilliant.
possible.
Brilliant.
So this is how technology is basically transforming the things.
Super, super. So, Ali, I got some great ideas from what you just told me because I teach happiness. No? And people ask me, how can you teach happiness? But I have an entire algorithm and a system and a science for happiness, which is linked to skills and mindsets. We call this meta skills. So everything is connected. So I was thinking that, you and I could probably go to some a new location in the metaverse and sit down, use blockchain technology to ensure that whatever we're talking is encrypted and there's trust involved in everything and it is impartial and as per the algorithm. And what was the third thing you said? We can also have the artificial intelligence where you and I don't have to be there. We can do our own things. And you have these two images talking to each other. All that is possible
Yes, it's
theoretically.
it's emerging. It's right now emerging. So in the next 5 years, or in the next 10 years, the technology will mature across, and like maybe our kids, they would be more attuned to those kind of things, or those kind of experiences. And even if you see the Gen Z, uh, you would find the kids on Roblox or on Minecraft. They are
Yeah,
taking this 3D experiences
that's
and
right.
meeting their friends there, right? They
Yeah,
are,
yeah, yeah,
because it's much more
yeah.
enhanced
Tell,
experience.
tell, tell me something. Tell me something. What happens to natural intelligence as artificial intelligence develops? Does that also evolve? Technology goes to new levels and versions. Do human beings also evolve?
Yes, so human beings will evolve because ultimately you have to do something. So you would come out of ways into how to use that particular technology. Like, let's
Sure.
take an example. This generative AI or chat GPT, for example, it can get you things done. But
Yeah.
how do you instruct that chat GPT
You have the
to give
prompt
you that
engineering phase,
particular
huh?
output? So this is called prompt engineering. So
Right.
now people are coming up with what are the most efficient ways of doing the prompt engineering, because
Sure.
maybe if I do a poor prompt engineering, it might not give you me the desired feedback.
Sure.
But if I do a good prompt engineering, it's going to give me a good feedback. So it is a kind of enhancement to your abilities, but it cannot replace you.
So
Because
Ali. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
one thing is that AI, it would work on whatever you train it, right? So humans have this capability to come out with things which do not exist. So that
Sure.
imagination might not be available immediately, but things will evolve, right? So maybe one day it would be as well.
Sure.
So
So
maybe
creativity initially will be a challenge, is what you say for technology. Eventually, they may catch up on that also, right?
yes,
So you have
yes.
natural intelligence, artificial intelligence. How about emotional intelligence? How long will they take to catch up on that? And what is your feeling about emotional intelligence? And let's go back to blockchain trust as factors in your leadership style.
Okay, so emotional intelligence, if we analyze things, emotions could also be predicted. It is not like that it is unpredictable, right?
Right.
So anything that is predictable, that could be given to the models, and the models can respond based on that. So there
Sure.
is a area of sentiment analysis and everything which organizations are also using across, that they take the communications, they take the facial expressions, they take the words across and predict if this guy is happy, it is not happy, right,
Mm,
with the
mm.
conversation for the customer satisfaction. So those kind of areas are happening across as well. And from others perspective, like blockchain enabling the trust, I think across, this is the technology in the catch up phase. But yes, one day things would be based on
You,
that.
Ali, about you, I want to know, please. How do you use trust and emotional intelligence as a leader in your leadership style?
Okay, so as a leadership style, most important thing is that when you hire people, trust them with their decision, let them do the things, give them autonomy to do. But you should also be able to predict that where they would actually fail, because they would be doing the things, but you should be able to have some kind of think in advance based on which you
Mm,
can see across where they would fail. So you
mm,
create safety net around it. So once they reach
mm.
that point when they are failing, you will not let them fail. So this is one element which is very, very much important. I'm much excited about this one thing that I read across, that Alexander the Great, we know him. He was a great
Yeah, yeah,
conqueror. So his teacher was Aristotle, right?
Right.
So he taught him one thing, that whenever you say something or whenever you do something, it would have some kind of an impact. You
Uh,
should be able to understand what would be those reactions. Then you should have a plan A, plan B, plan C around it.
right.
If you execute plan A, it would also have some reactions. So you
Sure.
should also have some plan A, plan B, plan C around it. So at least one should project and think two steps ahead.
Sure.
So now, when you are doing the things, you are delegating the things based on the capability of people. You will give them a challenge, but you will also know where they would actually may struggle. So you then help them out across with that. So it's autonomy that you give people, but at the same time create safety nets for
Superb.
success. Yeah.
Superb. Superb. I love it. I love it. That's fantastic. Let me throw out something at you, Ali, which I've got from everything that you've said so far. But as we get to the close of this, I'm going to ask you a few other questions, please. What do you do for your how do you spend your time? I mean, do you people say my vocation is my vacation, uh, because they enjoy their work so much they don't need to take a vacation. And then some other people say, oh, no, I need separate work, separate play time. How do you re-energize yourself,
Okay. So it's a
and how do you
regime.
use your time?
Yes, so it's a regime whereby you have to balance out everything. So the first thing is, when you work like without wasting time, you just focus and work across. Now, you have to plan that whatever you have actually as the task, you complete them on time so that you get your personal time as well. Then you have to divide that, because human being is a complex organism,
Uh,
right? It cannot only be satisfied with some kind of a excellence based on work, right? You need to travel, so you plan across, and once a year you go to a destination and just enjoy across to your maximum,
who
right?
does it? You do that every year?
Yes, I
Lovely.
do it every year and I plan it myself. So
Uh-huh.
I don't take a tour operator or anyone. So
Acha.
I am kind of seeing across everything, and then I'm executing the journey. I know
Okay.
at this hour I have to be at this place, and then I have to take this particular train or flight. I have to be in this particular hotel. So I plan it out across. So
Right.
that is going to give me excitement. Other thing is, you have to take care of your health as well, so you have to have a fitness regime. So I generally do running across, and playing some games or doing swimming. So I take care of that. Then you have to give time to your family as well. So whatever is the family time allocated, you actually give total time to them. And the last part is the religious or the spiritual element of the things as well, so you take time out of that. So it is
Right.
difficult sometimes. You are struggling as well, because you have to manage do that particular time management. But yeah, if you keep all those elements, then you feel like energized, right, from
Sure.
inside, rather
Sure.
than getting dull and weak. That what is the purpose of life? Whatever I'm doing across, because you are continuously learning on all these fronts. That keeps you happy and energized.
Uh-huh. Superb. Absolutely superb. Now let me put all of this together, and you tell me if there's something else you want to add. Okay. This little conversation with Ali Safri. I will take your last name, Safri. Is it okay? To
Yes.
make an acronym out of that and to give some messages from what you've said right now. If you look, viewers, at what Ali has done right now, with the S, I would say this is what Henry David Thoreau said, the American philosopher. Yeah, he said, simplify, simplify, simplify. Yeah. So what Ali has done is he has shown how to simplify complex concepts in a very, very short and understandable way. He's spoken to us about blockchain, which is about trust. Spoken to us about a metaverse, which is about creating reality based experiences or simulating reality. Spoken about artificial intelligence, which is about quick learning and evolution. So all of these concepts in a simple way, Ali, you should teach, Ali, apart from whatever you're doing. It will be great contribution to society. Okay. That is one. S. A is the message that I got from this is amalgamate. Today is the day uh, of mixed martial arts, where you have different fields coming together. So you have different aspects of technology coming together, and also if you look at what Ali has done, you have different aspects of interests that you have, Ali. The different areas of life that you have that you bring together. So one life is not enough, uh, or one life people say is not enough to live everything. But from whatever you've shown, Ali, one life is good enough if you are able to manage your time well, and if you're able to manage your energy as well. That is fantastic. That is A. Okay. Then F. F is focus. Uh, uh, when you're doing something, focus on it so completely that you remain in that state of flow. Okay? Because when you focus, what happens is that you're getting the maximum out of that moment, so you can take on more challenges. And if the challenges are less, you'll take on more. If the challenges are more, you will increase your ability. So you focus to be in flow. Brilliant. That's F. Uh, Ali, are you writing it down? This is great words. I'm telling you.
Yes,
You
yes.
remember this, okay? R. Uh, R, I would say, is uh, probably reflection and relevance. Giving you Alexander's story, Ali, uh, what Aristotle told him was essentially have a plan, have a flow chart, have the adaptability in plan B, plan C in that, and you have your own program, your software program, which you go out there and implement. So Aristotle might have been one of the first programmers, and you love this idea of having things worked out, clarity, which is understandable being a technology leader. Relevance, and what is it to say? Huh? Relevance,
Reflection.
reflection. Wow, bravo. So reflection for relevance. And if things change, you need to be relevant and reflect to change it accordingly. Brilliant. I help me with this one, Ali.
Imagination.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Give me an idea, because Einstein said imagination is more important than knowledge. Ali Safri said that no matter what we have today in terms of technology, it is nothing compared to what it will be. Human beings say, no, no, our creativity is greater than technology. But Ali says, no, even creativity will be learned by technology one day. So we have to
Yes,
keep on reimagining our future.
yes.
That's fantastic. Thank you, Ali, for helping me with the last one.
Okay.
Okay. How do you like it?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Great. Super. Okay. Super. Lovely, lovely talking with you, and look forward to more conversations with you, Ali. Is there anything
Okay.
else you'd like to say as a parting shot?
Mm, um, no, nothing. And
You are in Karachi. You were in Karachi, and then you moved to Dubai. Is that correct?
yes, yes,
Huh? So you are a global citizen because you travel all over the world. You travel. You take time out. They say focus and unfocus. Yeah.
yes.
Because then you can recharge. I think you're
Yes,
doing
yes.
great.
That's the reason why I do that, is that take out 10 days, but uh, don't talk about work in that particular part, but enjoy to your fullest in those particular 10 days. That recharges your battery, then you are back in action. But
Lovely,
that's
lovely,
very, very
lovely.
much necessary. Yeah.
Absolutely. We all have to be our own motivators, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you. Lovely chatting with you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.